to Hashtag After Dark. I am joined this week by
me
and
me.
We are going to be talking about a lot of things happening in the geek world, stuff that we like, stuff that we don't like, and everything in between. But congratulations to Kat, who's in the chat room. She just graduated high school.
Woo! Congratulations.
Congrats.
Welcome to adulting. Go back.
Yeah. Don't you guys I miss high school a little bit.
I miss jazz band.
I
in
wish
high
I
school,
could go
that's
back
You're
into
in jazz
high
band?
school with everything that I know now.
I wish the same thing a lot of the time as
it.
well.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the things that are on your mind as a geek. What are some of the biggest news headlines that you guys have coming out that you want to talk about? Well, I'm going to start it right off with the Star Wars controversy. The Han Solo movie.
You mean the movie no one asked for and is so unnecessary?
First of all, let's
That
talk
one?
about that. Let's talk about that because if we were going to make, or we're obviously getting a new Star Wars movie, my first choice wouldn't have been Han Solo. Nor would that have been my second or third either.
I think it's an interesting choice, but I don't think we need it.
No. I don't think anybody cares or wondered who Han Solo was before.
Because it didn't matter.
Right, it didn't matter, and I think it's going to read more like an Indiana Jones film.
I agree. Like a goofy, fun, I completely agree with
Yeah.
that. I mean, essentially, besides Indiana Jones being a lot smarter than Han Solo, they're like the same character. They get into hijinks, they find their way out of hijinks, and it's essentially, it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Now, do you think Phil Lord and Chris Miller from the Lego movie were the right choice?
I don't
It
know what
depends.
direction they wanted to
Yeah,
go
exactly.
to. I can't say without knowing what the concept is or seeing the script because they kill it with those Lego movies, and then they do something else outside
They're
the
like-
Lego movies.
they're-
Yeah. It was
hilarious.
another comedy, but I can't remember.
Was it 21 Jump Street?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, they killed it. Everything that I've seen.
But
that
I
they've
don't
done.
think a Star Wars film at that should be in the comedy like thing.
Right.
I mean, a straight to DVD thing, sure, but like
I mean, that's why we also have some of those Star Wars Lego movies and some of the animated things is for that kind of genre.
for that very reason, yeah.
Right, I
So
don't
we can
necessarily-
laugh at it, but to have an actual like mainline Star Wars movie, Star Wars movie, I don't know. No, I don't like it.
But shit had to have went down, right? With 3 weeks left of filming,
And people got fired.
and people like that had to have been a major deal. Now, let me just put together the timeline for those of you that might not know what happened. So earlier on this week, it was announced that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were going to be departing the movie. And Kathleen Kennedy announced that it was due to creative differences, and they also said they hate using the term creative differences, but that's exactly what it was. The next day, we found out that they were actually fired from the movie for not getting along with Kathleen Kennedy, not doing things the Lucasfilm way, and clashing with Lawrence Kasdan, who ironically enough got them the jobs on the film.
And
Now,
who are these people?
so Kathleen Kennedy is the one that pretty much runs Lucasfilm, and Lawrence Kasdan was the guy that wrote Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Now, the reason is from what we're hearing, due to from a source on, I believe it was like, I can't remember the website, The Wrap, I think. They had said that it was due to the comedy being too slapsticky,
Right.
and them just improving and not even using the script that was given to them. Now, if you give me a script by Lawrence Kasdan, the dude that wrote 2 of the best Star Wars movies, I'd fucking use it. I'm just saying. So that came out. Then the next day, it was reported that they took a hiatus from the movie. During the hiatus of the movie, they met with Warner Brothers because originally they wrote the treatment for the Flash movie, and they met with Warner Brothers. And now that the original director of the Flash movie dropped out, they were kind of trying to get their way back in to direct that movie.
Oh, I see.
So it's almost like they saw this coming.
Yeah.
Then after that, we found out that Ron Howard was going to direct the movie, which Ron Howard's now the director of the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
And what an opposite choice from them to him. I mean, that's a huge leap. But Ron Howard is a great director. But they're taking a couple weeks off for him to get caught up to speed to insert himself into the movie. Now, rumor has it there's 3 weeks left, 2 to 3 weeks left of shooting and extensive reshoots, which can take up to anywhere between 6 weeks to 3 months.
ridiculous.
Just like the Justice League.
Just like the Justice League. So, with all this information,
Also, they've been filming. It's 2 to 3 weeks left.
2 to
Not
3 weeks
until.
left in the film, yes, until the
That's
film is done shooting.
ridiculous.
So-
and they still have to work with what they already have.
There's just no
technically.
way. There's some real shit went down because listen, this is Hollywood. People don't get along, but it's business. If there's 2 to 3 weeks left, why couldn't they just
Finish it out and then
Yeah.
have somebody else come in for the reshoots.
Right.
I agree. Also, do you think that with such a little amount of time left, the reshoots are going to be, or the story's going to be affected by any of the reshoots?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you think you really?
If you have like 6 weeks worth of filming to do in like
I don't
3
actually.
weeks, I'm hopeful, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna.
Because
work
even
out.
with Justice League, like Joss Whedon's going in, and they were like, "We're not changing anything that Zack did. We're happy with Zack's work. He's just overseeing the reshoots."
know-
Now there's rumors that the story has changed completely.
Let's jump to that real quick because I do want to talk about Justice League. Now, do you think? Because me personally, I feel really bad for Zack Snyder, and I'll tell you why. Because not even for what happened. I mean, I obviously do feel bad about what happened tragically to his daughter.
We got our wine delivery service.
Wow, this is
Thank
a
you.
new thing now. You're gonna have to get us
The
through
wine
the day.
sponsor.
How
Whoa,
How do we
whoa!
open?
All $2 shot.
I can't open
We
the
can't
wine.
open wine with this though.
Well, we
need
could
the-
save some of
Yeah?
that for
I
tomorrow. Open up the white.
Oh my God. Here, you open the white.
Here.
Thanks, Junior. Go ahead. Finish what you were
What I was gonna say. What is going on with our lives? So.
saying. One each.
What I was going to say is the unfortunate thing is that if the movie is bad, Zack Snyder's still going to get blamed.
I got you.
If the movie is good, I feel like the praise is going to go all towards Joss Whedon.
Not exactly.
I think that that's the way it's going to shake down. You don't think
Because
so?
number one, Joss is getting slammed right now. Here's another thing that came out: some excerpts from Joss Whedon's Wonder Woman script.
Well, this was let's take that for like that was a long time ago.
Right, but okay, but I'm just saying, like the fandom he's not shielded from the fandom. He will get criticized. He got criticized for that. He got criticized for Avengers 2.
Well, Avengers 2, I don't want to fully blame on Joss Whedon because I was actually at Marvel at the time, but it was that was a Marvel movie, not so much a Joss Whedon movie.
Exactly. No, I agree. Just like with Suicide Squad and David Ayer.
I agree with
Like,
because David Ayer is a great director.
yes, I blame that on the studio.
But here's my thing though. I personally, I think looking back now, people are going to appreciate the Justice League movie in like 5 years way more than people appreciate. I'm sorry, not even Justice League. Batman versus Superman. Way more than they appreciate it now because it lays the groundwork for what the DC universe is going to become. I think.
Yes.
Daryl looks tired to me. Ryan says.
Ooh,
don't.
coming for
Woo!
you. Coming at your neck.
Bam,
of the end of the show.
bam,
But I'm not.
He's saying you're not feeling the passion here. Talk about Joss Whedon. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
I liked Avengers.
bam. 1 and 2.
I did like 1 and 2.
But do you agree with Joe? You think that Zach would get blamed if the movie didn't do well?
Well, DC is
Yes.
definitely gonna get blamed, but
Well, yeah.
Oh, I don't know actually. Well, here's the thing. I like Batman versus Superman, and I kind of
Why
like
did I
Zack's
do that?
like overall like thing. But if I end up liking Justice League more, I don't know if it's going to be like who do I praise for this?
Because it's messy behind the scenes.
And also, I don't think it's a. See, I don't. The one thing I don't like is that people are like, "Oh, I like Marvel more than DC." Those are two different things. You can enjoy both. Like,
Yeah.
there's no one saying that you
I
have to
enjoy
be on
both.
one side or the other. Because I personally think Wonder Woman is one of the best superhero movies I've seen recently.
I think
one of the
funniest
best.
comments I saw, like at the end of Wonder Woman, someone in the audience was like, "Congratulations, DC, you finally made a Marvel movie."
Oh, goodness. And he didn't, though. That wasn't
Well,
a Marvel
no,
movie.
it wasn't a Marvel movie.
No.
But you know what? I do think is that Wonder Woman did do better than Marvel. Is they did the Howling Commandos better than Marvel did.
When people say comments like that, they're saying, congratulations, you had structure, you had a direction, you knew what you were doing. Not the tone of it. They
Yeah.
don't understand the tone of Marvel and DC. Tonally, they're both different. DC is very dark.
DC is very grounded.
Yes, very grounded,
And
very
I like
dark.
that. But
I mean, I feel like they're both grounded per se. But I mean, even in the Marvel movies, those movies are very
Marvel
Like,
tends to be a little more fantastic.
but
Yeah,
Winter
I
Soldier,
agree.
Winter Soldier is definitely a lot different than Guardians of the Galaxy. like tonally.
Well,
There's
just as
obviously-
just as a whole though. Like
Yeah, you mean
Marvel
the
is very-
universe, yeah, sure.
the universe is very fantastical
Exactly.
compared to DC.
Which is funny because in the comic books, it's the swap.
It's the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Because Marvel is very grounded and DC is very fantastical, which is kind of ironic to me, actually. I'm excited for Justice League for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I think the cast is great.
The cast
nobody
looks
is
fantastic.
going to be able to tell me that Ben Affleck is not a good Batman.
I
That
know,
guy's fucking
exactly.
amazing.
He's fantastic. I love him as Batman.
He's probably my third favorite,
I
or maybe
think
my second.
He might be
my
my second too. He's very good. Gal Gadot, to me, perfect. She's Wonder Woman.
She is Wonder Woman.
Henry Cavill, yes, I don't necessarily agree with their take on Superman. However,
he makes a great Superman.
he looks the part.
Yeah.
It's just, I think that the characterization, like we've been talking about, is a little bit more grounded for my taste because I grew up with bright, shiny,
Yeah,
hope
Clark
Superman.
I like that about like this Superman though.
The
I don't-
grounded reality?
Yeah, because it's just I don't like Superman very much.
Yeah.
Also for the fact that like his name is Superman. I mean like you couldn't have thought of a better name.
No, that was
Which is
like a 40s thing.
Super
yeah.
interesting, though, is that throughout the Wonder Woman movie, they actually don't ever reference her as Wonder Woman, which I found quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
too.
Right.
Which is brilliant. I mean, Ben Affleck is Batman. That I think he is the. So here's the way I break it down. I think he's the perfect blend of Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like his Bruce Wayne reminds me so much of Kevin Conroy's like Playboy, like, and he puts on the different voice, and then his Batman is just a savage beast, kind of like
Old man Batman.
And not only that, but it's a
Old man
dude that
Batman.
it's definitely the first Batman I saw where it's like I don't want to fuck with that guy because he will fucking
Oh, yeah.
pound my head into the ground.
Yeah.
How do you feel personally about like Batman using guns?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, because that's. I mean,
I don't care.
I do care because that's such a. To me, as a comic fan, that's such a big part of his like upbringing of like because that's what killed his parents. and- I know the
care-
early days
But
of
it
Batman.
wasn't like he was going like the Punisher.
Well, in the
or anything
vision
like
of
that.
it
That's what I
was.
mean.
No, he wasn't.
I
Which would-
I care if it's in like in the comic form or whatever, but if this is coming from like this is a very grounded version of like the DC universe, and I think it's appropriate.
Well, also
It's weird, but I think it's appropriate.
the Dark Knight Batman that this character is kind of more so based on does use guns.
Yeah, he's
So-
batshit crazy. Frank Miller's Dark Knight is like the best.
Well, this is what I find. Have you ever read Batman Earth One?
Yes. No, I read
It's written
Superman.
by Jeff Johns.
Read one. That's
So
what-
Earth One is to me one of I love the story and because it teeters the line. Actually, I guess they kind of do it in Dark Knight too. They teeter the line if Batman's crazy or not. And I think that's the brilliant part of Batman is this dude just a crazy psychotic guy
in a batsuit or
in a batsuit, or is he the most methodical dude that you would ever meet in your life? I honestly think is a mixture of both.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like he can't be normal upstairs, and if he is, I mean, not only that, but he has to be on the most massive amount of pain drugs, or maybe not because he spent so much time in non-parabot
yeah.
training that he just blocks it out of his mind. But even so, it's like I love Batman, but I do like Superman. I know that's so strange to say, but I'm a big
It's-
Superman fan.
People like both.
I do like both. I mean,
okay.
He's way too vanilla for me. Sorry.
The reason I think I like him though is because I think he's a harder character to write than Batman, and I know that.
I
like,
agree.
If you take a step back and you would think about it, a guy that can do anything, what's his greatest weakness? And I think that he can do anything. So how do you kind of hone that in? I think to write a good Superman story takes a really good writer.
Right.
So that's that. What else you guys got on your mind? I like this
Well-
Justice League talk actually.
I know, it's good. We can come back to it because there's a lot to talk about. But I did go to VidCon this week.
How was that?
Well, for those who don't know, VidCon's basically like a social media convention, I guess.
Basically
so
a
to speak.
YouTube convention.
Yeah. It was crazy because I thought at first, I was like, oh my God. I was excited. I was like, oh my God, there's going to be a bunch of teenagers and YouTube stars I don't know. There's Twitch. There's something called YouNow. I'm like,
What's you now?
You now.
I have no idea. But there's all these social media apps. I have no clue. I don't even have Snapchat.
You don't have Snapchat?
No, I stopped at Instagram. And once I go to Snapchat will be over and it'll be something else.
Do you use Insta Story?
Oh, if she
No.
doesn't have Instagram, she can't use.
Wait, you don't have-
Insta
No, no.
Story.
No, well, yeah, I do the Insta story thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
I do that. So I went through work. I had an industry badge. So it was really cool going to some of the panels, which is funny because it's really segregated.
Yeah.
There's
What
a
do you mean?
community. There's a community badge. So that's like the main general public badge. You stay downstairs on the main floor, and they'll have some speakers on the stages, but that's it. Then your second level is the creator badge. So you get to go on level 2, and you get to go to those panels
Huh.
curated for creators. And then the third level you hang out is the industry people. But you get, as industry, you get to go to the creator panels and the lounges and everything
It's like Patreon. You buy the top tier, you get all the other tiers.
Basically, yeah. So you weren't allowed to go up the escalators unless you had like a creator industry.
So
badge.
what defines industry? What were you?
Industry.
So you got all the tiers. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, like, because I work at a film marketing company during a week. So I went to panels catered to how to market your video, da-da-da-da-da. But creator would be like how to get brand sponsorships.
Larry Newbill, super chatting, hashtag Team Joe.
Super chat.
We haven't figured out. So I asked.
Yeah.
I asked just because I don't want to assume everybody's kind of like thing. So there's a Power Ranger fan fiction that a lot of people created, and there's a team hashtag Team DJ hashtag Team Joe.
I saw that on.
Oh, you did. So Daryl, for now, he's on hashtag Joe. Obviously, Daniel's also with us. Kelly's not. She's against me. And then obviously they got DJ. And I officially now can say Myra and Jessica are officially on us. Where do you stand?
I don't even know the story.
Okay, it's kind of like Civil War. Like he more so as the Captain America side. I'm more so the Iron Man side. But we don't have to reveal our identities. Would be the story.
Excuse me.
So
I
what
don't
side?
know. You were ignoring me all week when I was asking you about something. So I'm going Team
Dang,
DJ.
we are not pulling any punches.
I didn't ignore you all week. I answered you like once.
Yeah, but the question I mattered, you didn't answer.
Oh, I
It could
forgot.
have been a simple answer.
You know why? It's because I looked at your text message, and you know, like like the notification goes away. So I
Yeah.
forgot. I was gonna reply to you, but I got busy doing something, so I forgot to reply to you. So that notification was gone. Like literally, it just happened with Sarah, like a couple hours ago. She was like rude, and I was like, "Fuck, so sorry, I forgot to reply to you." Sorry. Now you're gonna join. You're gonna stick with your team then.
Once you answer my question, maybe I'll switch over.
It's okay. I planned for that. I kind of knew you were gonna go with that team. I did plan for that. But remember
Because you gotta do something douchey to me at least once a week.
Me?
Yes,
What? I provided you wine.
because you felt bad for ignoring me all week.
Well, that should make up for it.
No, I want my answer.
Anyways, thank you, Larry Newbill.
It's like a simple question.
Yes, your answer is yes.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what that means.
Oh
so
my God.
just tell me later. Anyway, what's his Batman comment? I love Batman comments.
Monster X5 says Batman is the way Batman is the way is
Probably
because
he is.
probably he is because he witnessed his parents getting shot right in front of him. Oh, he's that way because he witnessed his parents getting shot right in front of him.
See,
To
I get
him, that's
that.
the way he rarely smiles.
I totally get that about Batman. Problem is that Superman freaking lost his entire planet. I mean,
He didn't care about those people.
He didn't know those.
He
people.
didn't know them.
but it's like he's the only one of him, with the exception of Supergirl, left.
Zod,
And Zod, yeah.
who he killed.
It's like,
And Zod's also, and his Zod's two buddies.
I don't know. I feel like there are like other like heroes have gone through like way shittier
If Earth
things.
exploded, would you really care?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think you.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't this
If
the whole
Earth
thing?
exploded and Trump was still here and all your family was out, would you care?
Yes.
I mean, that's like saying like, do I care about the Earth with recycling and global warming? Because if I didn't, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Do you recycle?
Yes.
Are you a vegetarian?
No.
Then you don't care about the Earth.
I don't care. No, I care about the Earth. I just like eating animals.
This is true.
Well, and that's what's causing global warming.
Cheetah print here.
Get out. It's not real.
It's real. I just touched it. It was real.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh. Would you
Anyway.
would you care about the Earth?
Yes.
So you would care about it. So
I
you
don't
would-
know. I don't know. Anyway, so I was at VidCon. And there were literally all these teenage girls just screaming after these people that
Do you
I
know who
didn't
they were?
know. No. I felt so old as fuck, okay? I'm in my late 20s and it's
Probably
just like,
them new YouTubers.
Darrow, go to sleep now. Commands Ryan.
damn, he is coming for you.
I'm not sleepy.
Man, he's feuding
Gotta
with
use
you.
that under eye cream.
Maybe.
It's also because Ryan chose the other team. But so back to this. So VidCon, what was the majority of the audience there though? If you had to guess,
It was
it
a
a mixed
lot
crowd?
of it was a lot of teenagers. There were a lot of industry people there. The creators it was a pretty cool group. But it looked like a bunch of parents were just dropping off their kids
Oh,
for
no
the
way.
day. and leaving.
That's AX,
'Cause
except in calling costumes.
That's the big thing, though. Like YouTubers, you hear like YouTubers from like teenagers more than you do like actual like movie stars now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? And that's just the world we live in. And so they were like, "Oh man, I can meet all my favorite people here."
Right.
Yeah. So
Accessibility too. I think that like, I don't know, man. YouTube.
Yeah, because they're just walking on the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
They're literally like they don't have guards. It's not like Comic-Con where Ben
Yeah,
Affleck was
exactly.
surrounded
there were no
by-
guards.
That's
There was
crazy.
like
That's
maybe
a little weird.
depending on your level, I think there was like maybe one bodyguard for someone, but they have creator badges.
I see.
So they're just kind of freely walking around, and as long as they didn't get dangerous.
Do you
like that.
think that there was a lot of actual networking going on though, like between creators?
No.
Damn, Larry Newbill, THS Family Care Package is coming soon.
Oh!
Joe, you mustly seen the main part. I did see the main part of the package. It's awesome, by the way. You're gonna like it. Daryl, Too Cool, and High Miss, Rhythm Nation, THS Family for life. And
I
your
will
family
learn
for
that
life,
dance.
Larry.
I will learn that dance.
That was great.
If Joseph Gordon-Levitt can learn it.
He did?
Are you haven't seen
I don't
that?
think so.
Oh my god, I'm gonna show you after the show. It was that lip sync show.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he was great.
I wonder how much prep goes into that show for them to do that.
For
stuff.
that was a lot because he did exactly her moves to the
Really?
T. I was like, that took a week.
I've always also heard that Tom Holland is really good.
I heard that one was good too.
Really good dancer. I heard The Rock was actually really good on that show as well. But so, you don't think a lot of networking happened at VidCon?
I don't think so. Not that I could see. I heard last year's was better. What was cool though was there was a lot of activities on the floor, but they really weren't. They weren't utilizing the floor too well.
Right.
So there were like different type of activities. Like I got a henna tattoo. I could make a donut. I could
You make a
a
donut?
t-shirt.
You made a donut.
I made a donut
Like
there.
an actual donut.
Like an actual donut,
Oh, wow.
guys. And there was like
Hey,
different
Cat, hashtag
activities.
Team Joe for life.
Arcades. And what was cool was I got to do several activities like a flower headband in an hour. At Comic-Con, that would take my whole day.
Well, not with us, because that we got complaints last year from our cast that you're like, oh, we're working all day, but then my thing was like, well, you're getting to do everything without waiting though. Like you're doing everything without
Yeah.
waiting, and they're like, well, that's true. I was like, hey, you can have the day to yourself. Just wait in the line that we would
Yeah, exactly.
not do.
No, I love to just be on the like Comic-Con. I'm there from like 8 a.m. to maybe
I love
2
Comic-Con too.
a.m.
And the funny
I get
thing
4
is,
hours of sleep.
for me personally, like before we even got into doing this stuff, I was there. I could give a shit less about Hall H personally. I was always there for the comic book panels because I'm a big comic book reader.
Yeah.
So I would be like, for me, I remember, I still have it to this day. I was at the Jeff Johns Spotlight panel, and like, there were celebrities there and stuff, like in Comic-Con. But I was like, and I carried 4 books with me in my backpack. And I was like, if I see any one of these creators, I'm gonna get their autograph. Jeff Johns outside, I was like, oh shit, Jeff Johns. And he like signed my Green Lantern Rebirth book. I still have it to this day. But for me, those are the experiences I love at conventions. Hall H has become so oversaturated. And believe me, I've waited in line like everybody else. Oh, Edward Sanchez wants to know if you met any YouTubers. Probably, that she wouldn't know who they are.
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, the YouTubers I watched back when I was in middle school, high school was Smosh, Jenna Marbles.
Smosh is still around.
Yeah, but I don't think they were there. Yeah, I just realized one of the guys from
Dolly from that
Smosh.
hashtag show.
Me? I mean, I looked in the mirror. I was like, whoa. But yeah, no, I agree. But I have gone to Hall H a couple times because I went to see the X-Men panels. The Fox presentations.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I go to Hall H, Warner Brothers blows my fucking mind. And I was there the year they announced Batman Superman.
Maybe so was I.
will never, ever, ever forget that.
That was the one where they had the small trailer and it was the Do You Bleed thing, right?
Yes. When that guy came out, I was like, oh my God. To my friend, I was like, I think they're going to announce Batman versus Superman. Like, because it was all a rumor at that point.
And
Nobody really knew.
It was like the guy that's like the military guy that came out. And
Yeah.
he read the line from The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh
and
shit.
then the logo comes out. That room was literally shaking. I thought there was
My
an
news
earthquake.
feed was blowing up.
That was
Yeah.
also
Yes.
the year that
Everyone
Marvel
was
didn't
screaming.
have a Hall H panel, right? If
Yes,
I
that's-
remember
yes.
right.
Was it? Okay.
I believe so. Like Marvel didn't have, or if they did, maybe I'm wrong.
I think they did.
Maybe they did actually, and it was the age. All it was a presentation. It was Iron Man's helmet.
Yeah.
And it turned into Ultron's.
Because I think that was just when Disney and Marvel were
Yes,
like coming
yes,
together.
I think
so
so.
they
I
weren't
think
really
you're
committed to D23 at that time. But no, I would never forget it. The screams that just bounced off the walls. Everyone was screaming and hugging each other and high-fiving.
Well, I remember too, because it's the way that panel kind of started. It was, if I remember correctly, It was all these like old school, like it was like an old school DC comic panels, and it was on the sides, I think.
Yeah, they were doing
right?
like little like the
Right.
the cartoon
Yes,
images
yes,
of
yes.
them, and they were like Green Lantern Corps,
Yes.
Wonder Woman, and Superman.
I was
and
so
we were
excited
like,
for that.
What is this? What's going on?
And it's
But-
crazy because this is the time when people weren't so receptive to Man of Steel.
Right.
But then as soon as you saw the Batman v Superman stuff, it was like, oh.
I have the
Something
video,
bigger.
guys, so I'll send it
And
to
they
our
won.
producer next week.
And that was the moment
it.
where DC or Warner Brothers won the panel. Like
Yeah.
they won Hall H that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Like nothing else was really going to be able to compete with it. Have you guys been in Hall H recently? Because I didn't do last year.
The last time I went was for Days of Future Past.
I've never been to Comic Con.
that one. You've never what?
I've never been to Comic Con.
Woo, Daryl, you're in for
Whoa!
this year is going to be a wild ride for you, my
Always
friend.
wanted to. I mean, every time my friends go, I see my like newsfeed blow up on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
You're staying with us in the house, right?
Yeah.
The Fun House? Oh, we got to add Daryl to the group, the Fun House group.
Excuse me.
God, that sounds
I mean,
scary.
I'm gonna be there as a guest speaker for a panel, and
Oh, very nice.
And then
That's
you
the way
know
to go.
here with you guys, and then I don't know. This is my first ever Comic Con. This is gonna be
Your
ridiculous.
mind is gonna
Boy, your mind is going to be blown.
blow.
No joke.
It's
We
been
have
fun.
so much to do. And the cool thing about Comic-Con that I love is, and this is I think the first year I went was maybe 2007 or 8. And it was crazy because that's the first time I was really exposed to the convention
Scene?
circuit. Yeah, so you would see like in the morning you'd go to breakfast and you'd see like a Ninja Turtle eating breakfast with like a Ghostbuster. And the first day it was kind of like, man, this is insane. Because this is before cosplay was huge.
Right.
And then after you spent a week there, it's like it was the most normal thing that you would see.
It's a giant slumber party.
Right, and I love the atmosphere that San Diego kind of brings to that city. They encourage it so much, and there's always something to do. So you can do a movie screening, you can do
Xbox Lounge.
yeah, you can do.
Nintendo Lounge.
There's always something to do, 24 hours a day. Like you don't have to sleep if you don't want to sleep.
You should get sleep.
That's
Should
how-
fall asleep.
That's how I feel about Anime Expo, but they
4 hours
only
is good.
go till like 2:00.
Yeah, not Comic Con.
Yeah.
Like I remember me and JD actually found a like a 24-hour like diner place. It was like serving. That
Right.
place was great. I will probably sleep a total of 4 hours the whole time we're there.
No, I gotta get at least 4 hours a night because I'm just on my feet all day.
I'll get
Crash and
I'll get
burn.
4 hours the whole duration, and then I'll crash back when we get back to LA. I can't wait though.
I know. Should be.
We're only
fun.
we're
It's
only like a
coming
month
up.
away.
And I'm ready for my Wired
I'm
Cafe
excited.
invitation. I heard they're coming back for 3 days.
I
this year.
invited you to your first Wired Cafe
did.
party.
You did. Now I get invitations every year.
Tell me that was not the best one though.
It was. Yeah, the first one was good because it wasn't that hot. They have like a covered.
It ended up getting really windy if I remember that year.
For a party that's for industry people
It's a
and
rooftop.
even like A-listers, there's no sun coverage.
No.
It's
the
ridiculous.
food was great though. The drinks, open bar, you get
Yeah.
whatever you want. That was great.
I wish I would have went the year the Game of Thrones people were there.
Was that the second year? Was that the year after or the year after
I
that?
think it was the year before I went, which
Oh,
was
okay.
like 2011.
Man, it was so much fun. Yeah, because I remember I sent you the invite and I met her up there. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. it
You're
was-
gonna have so much fun at these parties, and they're great networking opportunities for us. I mean, people don't give a shit about our networking abilities, but they're fun. Those are fun.
That's
By the
all
way,
I
if
go
you
to
guys are in
parties
San
for.
Diego Comic Con, let us know. We are throwing a party on Friday at the Mission Brewery. For a lot of you Power Ranger fans, it is a Power Ranger centric party. However, you don't have to be a Power Ranger fan to attend. You just have to be cool.
I need
If
Power
you
Rangers
go
gear.
to the party, you just might run into a Power Ranger.
Well, I
It's
will
not
guarantee
required.
you'll run into a Power
Yeah.
Ranger.
How about one of the OG Rangers?
Yes,
Yes,
Walter Jones is
actually.
going to be. Walter Jones came last year.
Walter
He was
Jones,
him and
Black Ranger.
Walter Jones and Steve Cardenas were the judges for our
The
cosplay
racist
contest.
era.
No.
The racist era.
No, you don't understand. So, when I was hanging out with the Mega Force Rangers in Sacramento, this was my first time like hanging out with them. Walter Jones was with us also, and then Azim like looked at me. He's like, "Hey,
love Azim.
you know Walter's pickup line, right?" And I was like, "No." Well, Walter, go hit on the girl over there. And he's like, "All right, I got it." And he like walks over to this girl. "Hey, I'm Walter Jones, Black Ranger." That was it. That was it. It was just.
Oh my god.
I actually have a great
He's
Walter
also
Jones
really
story.
good at Jenga. Just
Great Walter
that
Jones and
out
Azim
there.
story, but I can't. I'll tell you guys. I can't. It gets pretty crazy.
Great.
It was a lot of fun. I will say that. That was a crazy night.
8 crazy nights.
A lot of these guys are super cool. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. I had a great time. Comic-Con last year, let's just talk about that real quick. What did you like and what didn't you like? Because I worked it for Sci-Fi a lot, so I was one of the producers there, and I didn't get to enjoy it as much as probably you guys did. So is there anything that you did like, anything? Because I heard the invisible jet thing sucked. Did you
I
ever?
didn't see it.
I heard that it wasn't even done.
It was so hot last year. Like I
Oh
would
yeah,
cosplay.
somebody fainted on our like one of the audience members fainted in our show.
It was fucking
What?
humid.
They had a heat stroke. Yeah, no joke. It was hot. It was really hot.
It was hot. You had to have water because I was dressed as Lara Croft, like the video game version, so it's only the top and it's shorts. Sticking to my skin. It was that I was so sweaty. But I went to the Rise of the Tomb Raider. It was the 20th anniversary, so I went to their installation for that. It was really cool. It had like an ice climbing wall there, a video game center, photo op. There was a bunch of Lara Croft cosplayers. I got like a special edition pin for cosplaying as her. So that was fun. I was disappointed that they didn't have the Assassin's Creed obstacle course this year.
Did you do the X-Men escape room?
I didn't know it was an X-Men escape
So
room.
if you did the X-Men escape room, you got the album cover that Taylor Swift was on as
I didn't
Dazzler.
even know that was there.
Ah man, nobody.
That's cool.
Yeah, the only bad thing is you had to wait like 6 hours just to do it, and I heard the escape room sucked, and then they ended up running out of the album covers to give out. Of course, Comic-Con,
Yeah.
right?
It's Comic-Con.
That was the year the Suicide Squad VR thing, which my company actually did.
Is that also the year that they did the Game of Thrones face things in the?
Yes. Yes, because the previous year were the tattoos, and I think last year was like the face. The last year wasn't as good as the previous years, I heard.
Well, there
For
was
Game of
one year
Thrones.
that we did the Game of Thrones VR, where you put the VR glasses on and you're on the wall, the top of the wall, and somebody shoots you and you like fall off.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, whoa! It was insane.
Oh my god, I would puke.
It was crazy.
I'm not good with heights like that.
I
Now,
love heights.
you've never experienced Comic-Con, but I can't ask, what are you most looking forward to?
At the convention?
Yeah, Comic-Con. Like, what have you heard the buzz about? Like, first of all, what are you expecting? And that's what I'm really curious about.
madness and lines and all that exclusive merch I always hear so much about. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't really collect, but Comic-Con always has that one thing that I'm like, God damn it, I want that.
Well, I already know. Well, I don't think it's out yet, but I could have swore that somebody posted the. I don't know. I really want it. It's the Cyborg action figure, but it's in the mother box
Oh, that looks
from the Justice League.
Yeah.
And I want it mainly because that mother box like thing looks so cool.
I want
It's
it.
just-
So we do have 2 exhibitor badges. That's how we. Get
I
all that
just
stuff
want to
together.
like. Go
And
to-
last
I
year,
wanna
Josh
go to
does this.
Comic-Con.
I conned my way into getting. I don't want to say this on there. Never mind.
I know, they're watching.
Well,
They're
hashtag
watching.
after dark. What do you-
Well, I still like getting things for free. I want to know the story so bad. There's a lot of stories that I'm sure people would want to know.
Oh no, I really liked the I forgot what the company's called, but it was the Mafia 3 party to celebrate the release. And it was kind of low key because people didn't know what to expect, but it was like a little masquerade thing. I got my mom to meet John Barrowman. So he was kind of hosting it, and she loves John.
Oh, John's great.
And she got a picture with him, and they had a little conversation. I was really happy for her.
Are you doing the Saturn Awards with us?
I don't know, Joe. Am I doing the Saturn
Well, we have
Awards
4
this
extra
year?
spots open now, so
Oh, I can't.
you can come.
I'm gonna
You
do the
can't?
Saturn Awards.
What do you mean?
I can't.
You can't
Why?
do it now?
Why are you saying
He's
it like
John-
that?
Your producer's like,
I'm sorry.
Why
I
are
just,
you, it's almost like you have a history there and you're blacklisted or something. Why are you saying it like that?
because he asked me about it before, and I just thought I'd say that before I forget. So
John Barrowman was the host last year. It was amazing. This
Yeah.
year's Sean Gunn.
Oh. So
Great.
yeah, it was like low key open bar, face painting, and also what else did I like? The last thing was before you said the Saturn Awards thing. There's a party. I don't know. I'll come up with it. Oh! I went to the Star Trek Beyond premiere.
Oh, that's right. You did, because I saw your pictures.
Yeah.
By the way, I just saw that movie like 2 nights ago.
Did you?
I liked it. It was way better than I thought it was going to be, number one.
Because Idris Elba was in it.
I didn't even know Idris Elba was in the movie until I was like, holy crap, Idris Elba's in this movie. And then
My mom could touch him with his arm at the premiere.
There was a point in the movie where I was like, man, I kind of want 2 things. I want to see Sulu take be the captain, and the whole cast has such great chemistry together that it made me sad that Anton Yelchin
Oh my
passed
God,
away. I was
yeah.
like, dude, he's such an adorable dude.
Yeah.
In the movie, I was like, man, that kind of sucks.
Right.
Absolutely sucks.
I hate the fact that how he died.
The
too.
way, yeah, that sounds painful. Like it wasn't instant. Like I was like, I don't want to hear. It.
I
Crazy.
think though, can't say that one either. I can tell you. Oh, well, we have.
There's a microphone right there.
We have. You know how we do these big, I don't want to say spoilers, but big news stories every Monday.
Yeah, breaking news.
One of them is Star Trek, and I think you're gonna like the news coming out of it.
Is Aegis coming back?
No comment.
Oh. But anyway, so the premiere was great because before the movie started, they were playing against a live orchestra. So what they do is they take all the music out of the movie, and the orchestra actually plays live. And then they had this laser show, and then they had fireworks, and then the movie started.
Also, speaking of which, so as some of the producers here at Hashtag and some of the talent, we had to do Hall H, and this was 2 years ago. We ought to pick a different day. By the way, I lost my badge in line at Hall H.
How do you do that?
Well, I don't actually know how it happened.
I don't know, it seems to be a
well,
thing
at
on
least
this
you didn't
show.
lose it at a
Losing
party.
your badges.
Sam, it's like a rite of passage.
At least you didn't lose it at a party.
No,
like
I lost
the night
it
before the con.
Because I mean, you've been to Hall H, right? So you have to sit there for a long time, and you get comfortable. So you lay down, you do whatever. I guess I must have been laying down, and I got up, and I went to see if my badge was still there,
Ripped it off.
and it was gone. And I was pissed. Regardless, we had to do Hall H, and I think my day was I had to wait in line for Saturday. But Mike Rotunda, one of our other producers here that does the gaming stuff, he had to wait in line for Friday. But he had the Star Wars stuff, right? But he had to wait in line by himself. He was pissed that he had to wait in line by himself and whatever. But he did the Star Wars thing, and then he got the John Williams concert. And I was like, you son of a bitch! Like, I didn't get anything for waiting in line for Hall H. He got this cool, and he got a lightsaber after.
We were watching them from the roof of the convention center. They were all marching over with their lightsabers, and then you could see the concert on the water. It's like those bastards. And then they had a fireworks show.
That was so cool.
So there's a whole bunch of us just watching other people because we could hear the music. So we're like, oh, let's listen to a little bit of what's going on over there.
Well, that's what I love about Comic-Con. It's because there's so many things you can do, and I know sometimes it can feel like you miss out on something, but dude,
there's something else.
Oh yeah, because I remember
and
even
it's probably cooler.
If you miss out on it, you're gonna hear about online later.
Even in Hall H, I remember that year that we waited. Well, like I walked to Subway that year, and as I was walking, I ran into just greeting fans, taking pictures. Was Andy Serkis and Lee Pace? Both, Lee Pace was what's his name, Ronan and Guardians of the Galaxy, and Andy Serkis.
Right.
Was Andy Serkis. So I ran into those guys, and I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like, and then I think there was that same year, Ben Affleck just drove around in the Batmobile. So it's crazy. Like it's like a circus. It's like Disneyland for geeks.
Yeah, pretty much. People like to call it the nerd prom, but now that the White House Correspondents' Dinner stole that, I'm like, it's the geek sleepover party.
Nerd prom.
Okay, because I run around in my pajamas at night half the time. Like, I'm gonna change my pajamas and go back out. Because they screen films in one of the hotels, or you can go to the gaming room.
Well, we're part of one of the screenings this year. In conjunction, we're going to be helping out with us, doing some stuff with Screen Rant, who is putting on something this year.
Atomic Blonde?
With a movie studio. I can't say the studio's name. It's a movie studio. It's going to be.
It looks good.
I can't believe Josh didn't tell you that about the Atomic Blonde thing when we did it. Like nobody ended up even going to.
Josh is the worst producer.
Dang!
This is the After Dark show.
I'm putting that out there right now because I heard that they're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, so they might have a mini premiere. I went to the premiere of Escape Plan there, and I met Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, and that was like the fucking happiest
There's going to be an
time.
Escape Plan 2 with Dave Bautista and Sylvester Stallone.
No.
Arnold's not coming back for Escape Plan 2. It's in my interview with Screen Rant. You can check it out. Interview with Dave Bautista. He talks all about it.
Plug that.
David Bautista.
Hey, well, you got to pay the bill somehow.
Speaking of Andy Serkis, so you guys looking forward to War of the Planet of the Apes?
No, I'm looking forward to Black Panther though.
Black Panther.
I'm not a Planet of the Apes guy.
I'm not either.
What? Those movies are so good. You cannot. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
They're interesting.
They're
but,
so good. The effects alone should have won an Oscar, not whatever won an Oscar, which was stupid.
Suicide Squad?
No, that was for makeup.
Oh, makeup. Probably should have won for that too, I'm sure.
Oh, goodness gracious. I can't believe you guys. Spider-Man's coming out as well?
Oh, yes.
I'm seeing it next week.
What?
Of course you are.
I already told Ernie I'm going to take him, so let's.
God damn.
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's.
It's probably when I work anyway, so I'm fine waiting 2 weeks.
See Spider-Man. I'm.
But if you get to see Atomic Blonde early, I'm going to
I'm probably going to see. Well, listen, I'm taking one of our producers, Junior, to Valerian with me on Friday.
Daniel's not happy about that.
Is he not?
Really? He wants to see Valerian?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already told Junior he can come with me to Valerian. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up doing Atomic Blonde if the premiere is out here in LA.
It is.
How do you know?
Because it already came out, the press release for it.
It's gonna be here. Oh, then I'll probably end up doing it. Anyway, back to Planet of the Apes.
I told you I really like your hat.
All right, back to Planet of the Apes.
What, the movie you don't like?
Well, it's not that I don't like
For no
it. I feel
reason.
like there's been so many.
That-
it's-
No,
Yeah.
but those were years ago. It's not like Spider-Man. It's not like the difference between Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't know. It's just like if I go see them, it's not by choice. It's like someone tells me, "Hey, let's go see Planet of the Apes," and I'm
Or
like,
it's just randomly on and you happen to be there.
No,
when it's
No,
on.
yeah,
you guys
like-
are acting like this is a Transformers movie.
No. Well,
But see, I willingly
Listen, Matthew
go
Vaughn's
to
a
see
great director.
Transformers.
Hey, Matthew Vaughn didn't do Planet of the Apes.
isn't he doing the new one?
No, he's doing Kingsman.
Oh, maybe
He
I'm,
was busy
who,
with
am, who
Kingsman.
am I thinking of? Then?
The director of this one. Oh, fuck. It's the one that's trying to do the Batman movie.
Yeah, isn't that Reeves?
Matt
Matt
Reeves.
Reeves. Sorry, Matt Reeves. I think Matt Reeves is a great director because I saw the one with James Franco,
Right.
and that was like Frida Pinta, I think
Yeah,
her name is.
Frida Pinta.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was okay.
I didn't see the one after that though.
I
Is
like
that the
the
Gary
second
Oldman one?
Yes.
I didn't see it. Was it any good?
Yes.
Better.
They get progressively better. The James Franco one was okay. I liked it. It was all right. But the second one was just like, because this one is real with real emotion, and you feel for these.
For Caesar?
Yeah, I love Caesar.
Larry Newman.
Caesar is badass.
Need to go back to LA. Hey, rumor has it, Larry, that you were supposed to come out here, I thought, in July. Like, what happened to that?
It is
Rumor has it.
almost July.
Rumor has it.
Yeah, it's almost July.
So, Larry, when are you coming out here? We'd love to hang out with you and take you out.
Oh, guys, Anime Expo is next week.
Ooh, can we talk about that?
Oh my
forgetting
gosh!
about that. I'm like, oh, what are we doing for 4th of July? Oh, wait a minute.
Anime Expo.
is
That's
next week.
what I was talking about this with Ernie.
This is
and-
Daryl's main event con. This is his
shiz.
everything. This is your first year with us at AX.
Yeah.
This is also, so we were going over the plan for AX on Thursday. Was it Thursday? It
was Thursday.
It was me, him, Ernie, a few other, Daniel. I don't know, Daniel wasn't there. It was a
No,
few of us.
It was Josh and Keith.
Yeah, we were talking about what we were gonna do, and like, I didn't realize how many voice actors you're gonna have to interview.
There is a lot. And a good chunk of them I'm friends with, so I can just hit him up and be like, hey, what's up? Let's interview you. But like, there are so many there.
You've never
You'll
been.
be one day.
Yeah,
You'll be
I'm
one
sure
of
you'll
those.
be
We'll be
one.
interviewing you.
I mean,
No, he better be promoting us when he's getting interviewed by other people. You've never been. I'm curious, what do you expect from this convention? That's because it's a different animal.
I want
altogether.
more.
it is a completely
Or random
different beast.
karaoke nights. What was that other anime convention we went to? You were like, it's a party con.
Dude.
Anime LA.
Yeah, I want more of that kind of like
The
vibe.
kids, and they're throwing the condoms around.
Oh my god.
And the
Oh
party,
yeah,
remember
I
that?
forgot about that party. Oh, the Pikachu got banged on the coffee table.
yeah.
I was like, whoa.
It was crazy,
I
man.
don't even want to know.
Some of the stories that we have here at some of these after parties that we do are insane. Like, I mean, I know this is the After Dark show, so I feel like I can tell them, but I don't want to tell
It's
them.
like the rated X.
I don't want to tell them without some of the people there, because then I feel like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Then I'm gonna have Ernie calling you. What the hell did you just say?
Wait, is it about Ernie?
No, I was just using it
No,
as
no,
an
just
example.
saying though, yeah.
I feel that the people that when hashtag, we have a little, there's people that party more and the people that party less. Like Migdalia knows,
that be?
because when we went out to karaoke that one night and Brian fell right straight fade on his face. It was like you, me,
Made
DJ.
your face plant.
He just went boop. Ernie was out with us. Boy, that was a
They were like, we're gonna get you fucked up. Brian is like one of our cast members here. He's a little bit of a lightweight, you know. And Joe's over here feeding him shots.
It wasn't
up the
just me though.
wazoo.
It was the other side too. It was.
But you were the ringleader.
I was the ringleader. And then there was the night that Jezzer got everybody drunk, because he was just like, that was Cinco de Mayo. I was like, oh, $3 tequila shots.
Oh no, that doesn't sound like good tequila.
Oh man, it was rough. That
Don't
was
ever do
rough.
$3 tequila shots.
Our producer Josh threw up in the planter outside of us. Jezzer threw up in DJ's car.
Oh
It was rough.
man.
If you party with us, it is quite
It's an
fun.
adventure.
It's an adventure, and you never know what's gonna happen. Like at some of these things.
I can't keep up with these guys sometimes. Like, come down to this after. There was I went to a convention for them. I think it was Long Beach, and they were like, come down for Gallifrey 1.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So let me tell you about Gallifrey 1 a little bit. You were on the Doctor Who show. Just right now.
I was
You
not.
watch it. So Gallifrey 1, it's my favorite con of the year. I think it's better than any other convention. Period.
Wow.
Be-
Okay.
Because I just saw one of our friends there, and she was like, "I didn't see you this year at Gallifrey." I was like, "Oh, I was there, but I didn't show up until 10 o'clock at night." And every night I progressively stayed later and later. Like I was there on Sunday, and I remember we did Long Beach. Like me and JD did Long Beach the day before, or that same day. And I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna be there at Long Beach. So like, I mean, I'm sorry, at Gallifrey. So is it worth going? He's like, oh, we'll just check it out. Check it out. It's going on. I didn't even leave that place until 6:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
And I was like, dude, this is because that place is like, I can't even explain it. It's like it's like underground parties all the time. Like you just go into this like, oh yeah, there's a party here, and then it's the cleanest party, and like everyone's older, but like food and like open bar. I'm like, what is going on? Then we met this guy. His name's Bino upstairs. He was like a Scotch connoisseur, and he was just giving everybody Scotch. And Cynthia, who's on that show too, that's where I met Cynthia. So it's like, oh my God, this is the best time I've ever had.
The only thing I didn't like about that convention is that's
Oh, you
the
were there for
first
a little
and
bit.
only convention where if you didn't have a badge, you couldn't hang out in the lobby, and they didn't let you have your own drinks.
Really?
Well, we snuck all
dumb.
that stuff in though.
Yeah, but that's the first con that I've ever heard of security actually throwing you out because you didn't have a badge and because you had your own liquor. It's a hotel.
Okay, let's. I want to go to the chats real quick just to see what people are saying. Kat says, I need to go to LA in general, Larry. Larry says, dual trip. Serenity is like, ew. Kat says, maybe, Larry, not this year, definitely next year would be cool. Next year would be cool because that's MorphCon year.
Yes.
Monster X5 is one of them Johnny Young Bosch. I'm not sure what
As
that's in
far
reference
as
to.
the guest for Anime Expo, I don't think he is. I didn't see him on the guest list. However, Anime Expo is very notorious for having just random guests just show up for no reason. Like, you know, all the voice actors are friends with each other, and they'll be like, hey, come to Anime Expo, and he might show up.
Ryan says, you guys are my third family. You guys are my friends forever. Joe, you're my friend forever. Daryl, you're my friend forever. McDullough, you're my friend forever. You guys are my brothers and sisters.
Oh.
Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Serenity, y'all sound wild.
Just this one.
Yeah.
No. There's people watching.
no,
There's people watching, guys. There's people watching. Not me. The
You
hardest.
always think they're gonna hit him or
Yeah, I
something.
do because you always hit
need,
me when
like,
we're
a
off air.
neon arrow.
You think I'm just gonna rip your head
No,
off?
all right. So when we're not shooting, like McDolly is trying to do like karate moves on me.
No, he deserves it. He deserves it.
The hardest drink I have is caffeine-free green tea. Any of you guys remember the movie Hancock?
What is caffeine?
I say Han, you say. That's right. I do remember that show or that movie. It was with Will Smith.
I wanted to see it, but I didn't get the chance to.
What? You haven't seen Hancock yet?
Every movie ever, I look at the screen like during the trailer. I'm like, oh man, this looks awesome.
He didn't
I
know who
wanna
Ron
go see
Howard
this.
was, so you expect him to see Hancock?
You don't know who Ron Howard was? Oh. God.
I am the worst nerd as far as like American pop culture.
I mean,
goes.
that has nothing to do with being a nerd.
But I mean,
That's a
just
good
like knowing
point.
like actors in general, like
Or like this is like saying that I wouldn't say Steven Spielberg, but like what's another director on Ron Howard's level? Would you say?
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
I know his name. I don't know who he.
Can you
actually-
name me? Oh, here's a good. Can you name me a James Cameron movie?
No.
What?
Nope.
One James Cameron
Wait,
movie.
didn't he do
is
Avatar?
Like a pirate.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Thank
See, that's what I mean.
Lord.
Like I know the
Terminator
name.
series.
I didn't watch.
Not
that.
all of them though, but most of
No,
them.
the
I didn't
first
watch any
two.
Terminator.
The ones that count.
Terminator 3 wasn't so bad.
Which one was 3?
The one when at the end they were like, "Oh, Skynet's actually taking over." That was with Claire Danes.
Oh yeah, and Edward Furlong. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one.
No. It was with the other guy that's a.
Oh, I'm thinking of
train wreck.
Salvation, huh? Terminator Salvation, is that Edward Furlong?
No, Edward Furlong stopped at 2.
Oh really? Who am I thinking of then?
Christian Bale was in Salvation.
Christian Bale was Salvation. So, yeah, with Sam Worthington.
The third one was the other hot mess actor. Forgot his name, but yeah. So that was that movie. I didn't think it was an unnecessary sequel. I thought it was okay because it kind of brought the story full circle. it
Oh
closed
man,
it
I
off.
love Terminator. Terminator 1.
Salvation, I can't tell you one scene that happened in there.
I've ridden the ride at
Did you-
what is it, Six Flags?
I just recently saw
Genesis?
Genesis. I didn't know Matt Smith from Doctor Who was in it.
I like Genesis.
I
People pan that movie. I love
I'm
Genesis.
not a huge fan of Genesis. I do, however, I think I personally I might be in the minority here. I like Terminator, the first one, more than I do Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah, you're tripping.
The reason I like it though is because that first Terminator reminds me of a horror movie. Like that is the
Yeah.
scariest shit that I think could happen. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is frightening in that movie.
No, I agree.
And-
It's a very, very close call. But you know why I like Terminator 2 better? Is because that villain was scary because he was
Oh, yeah.
unstoppable. And the special effects were mind-blowing, way beyond its time.
I agree, and
still holds up
I-
today.
I think-
Looks better than most movies today.
I completely agree. And I also think that Terminator and James Cameron in general as a filmmaker is what's letting a lot of these filmmakers now make the movies they want to make. For example, Luc Besson is just getting to make Valerian. The only reason he's making that movie now is because the technology
Is
is
because
caught
of
up
Avatar.
to what he thought. Yes, exactly, Avatar.
See, I know things.
Listen, as much people want to shit on Titanic, I think James Cameron did a great job with that
I like
movie.
that.
Wait,
better than
really?
Avatar.
That was Titanic? He did
I liked it better than Avatar too. I mean,
You were just blowing my mind.
I liked Avatar when I first saw it visually,
Yeah,
but
it's a great visual movie.
but
the story.
the story was weak. It was really weak to me. I thought Titanic was a good movie through and through. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I know people like shitting on
liked
it
it.
now, but
Back when Titanic came out, it took 4 cassette tapes to watch through. I
Is that
remember
right?
that.
I remember that
Blockbuster, 4 cassette
My-
tapes.
My grandma had like the entire thing just like on top of her TV for whenever she was ready to watch it.
You have to rewind, man. It was just like,
Oh my god, yeah, and unless you had like one of those specially designed.
the car rewind.
the-
thing.
oh
my
I
gosh,
had
I remember that.
Mine wasn't shaped as a car, but yeah.
Yeah, we had that.
I'm curious in the chat, how many of you people still remember VHS? Now
When
I
they
know
weren't
that's
used as
dating.
doorstops.
Yes.
Not Cat.
Yeah, Kat just graduated high school. She's like, she barely knows what a DVD is at this point. It's all digital streaming. I'm sure that's.
There's a place in North Hollywood on Lancashire. It's a video store, and I walked in there once, and they had like a bunch of VCR tapes as doorstops. I was like, that's upsetting.
Oh no.
That's really upsetting.
Well, I mean, do you guys remember? I mean, I don't know if you would know, but maybe I don't even know if you would know. You're pretty. Laserdisc?
Yes.
I know of it, but
So
haven't
I remember
familiar.
I know Josh for sure knows what Laserdisc is.
He's making the face.
For sure.
Laserdisc was like these giant DVDs with like record players, and I remember my dad's taxman like had one, and we went to his place. We watched Laserdisc. I remember what movie we watched, but I was like, man, this is the crispness was amazing. But now you can see it like anywhere. You know what I mean? It's so crazy to me how technology works.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But we were talking about so many things. Partying was mainly one of them. AX, have you been before? I'm assuming.
Yes. I've been
Never
since
been, obviously.
2012.
The AX after parties can be fun. However, well, AX is the convention I'm cursed at.
AX is it's a very interesting beast. Like my best friend Ash, he has had bad experience all around with AX, but he still goes. I've had nothing but good experiences with AX as far as like the overall convention. Like every year I lose something. Last year it was my debit card. The year before it was like keys. It's always something. It's something that like I don't know, whatever. But I like AX.
I am cursed at AX. I've had nothing but terrible experiences and things to say about AX.
Okay.
The actual, like even last year, you were there last year.
Yeah.
Last year, AX, the Artist Alley was in a parking lot,
Oh
which
my
wasn't
God,
ventilated. And
that
when you
was
walk in, I
awful.
felt like I was going to faint.
So they got a lot of shit for that. There were a bunch of people that actually
heard they got sued.
passed out. Yeah. They put them in a giant garage with no ventilation. It was hot, and no one wanted to go down there to like even look at Artist Alley because as soon as you walked down the door, it was just like
At the convention center?
yeah.
You know
They
where you
have
would
so much space. Why
not
is
for
it
AX.
necessary?
So
Not-
for the AX, like the line just to get your passes, even if you pre-bought your tickets, was all the way down to USC.
Yeah. So
They haven't mailed it out like everyone else.
Nope,
at this
they're
point?
Anime
behind the
Expo.
times with that stuff.
See, that's the thing that I was talking with a bunch of like YouTube friends and like voice actors. Like Anime Expo has become so big of a con that even if you got rid of all the activities and the guests and everything, people would still go because it's Anime Expo.
Well, it is the I believe from what I was told, the second biggest anime convention in the world.
Yeah.
So I understand because a lot of news from distributors break here.
Yeah.
And I get it. I completely get it. I understand it's the anime's version of Comic-Con, or the anime version, I really should say, like E3.
Yeah.
It's where they can make their big announcements. But it doesn't help that they oversell tickets.
Yeah,
Like, and
they
the thing is,
don't
I
cap
feel like
them.
AX never sells out because they just keep selling
Because they
tickets.
keep wanting
That's
the money.
irresponsible.
And
It's super irresponsible.
I know, yeah, like it's just a sea of smell, weebs, and
There's just no way because
It's
the fire marshal is so on top of that shit. Like they will
they
shut,
should be.
They
shut
should
it
be.
down
Keyword.
so quick. That's what happens at New York Comic Con all the time.
I'm assuming you've been.
I went to the first or second year was up and running,
Really?
and it wasn't the
You know what? I got a question for you.
clusterfuck it was.
So
it is now.
here in LA, and you've been here for a while, we have conventions every single week. It seems like, especially us. In the East Coast, however, are they as frequent and are they as big?
Conventions?
Now it's
Yeah.
probably a little bit bigger, but before
Yeah.
I moved out here, Philadelphia Comic Con was just getting started up, which is run by Wizard World, and it was cool. I liked it. I worked a day, and then there was New York Comic Con back in like 2012.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more prevalent now. You have Baltimore, which is 3 hours away from Jersey, so you can easily drive there.
Like that's the thing. When I first moved out here, cons were not existent on the East Coast.
Oh,
Like,
both of
yeah.
you guys are East Coasters.
Yeah.
I've keep.
Apparently my home state Connecticut now has Connecticon, and there's a whole
Tara,
bunch.
how's it going to be when you go back home as a guest to Connecticut?
I've always wanted to, and I think
Right?
that'll be a lot of fun. But it's just weird to know that like I'd be sitting like in a shed playing Yu-Gi-Oh with some friends, and they'd be like, "Oh, we should go to Gen Con in Indianapolis because you know it's a really."
I was going to
big
go to
event."
Gen Con for HeroClix. That's hilarious.
That's the thing. It's like we always talked about it. It's like, oh yeah, conventions this, conventions that, because there was nothing ever around us. And by the time I finally came out here to California in 2009, suddenly cons are all over the place. I'm like, where the hell was this when I was growing
Yeah.
up? Like I would have loved that. Like, oh, high school's out, let's go to freaking
Right.
convention or something.
I really want to go to Emerald City.
I want to go to. There's two
That sounds
conventions outside of the state that I want to go to. Emerald City's one of them, and the other one is C2E2
Yeah.
in Chicago. Those are the two conventions that I
Chinatown.
really
I want to go
wanna
to PAX East because I've heard nothing but
Well,
good things.
and the fact is, I can't say that.
No,
can
I mean whatever. I've
Ubisoft,
heard,
I can't say that
I've
stuff.
heard. Oh no, you can't. No.
No.
I've heard horror
Worst people
stories
stuff.
about said con, and I don't know. I just want to explore other cons outside of state.
I'm actually, once this news breaks for Daryl, I'm going to be super excited for you because it's a big deal.
Wait, I want to know.
You
Why
can't
can't I know? How do I not know?
Do you like, I'm just kidding. It's cool. It's very
We're
cool.
mortal enemies
Do you
now.
do you like Kingdom
You
Hearts?
can hang
Do you
out
like
with
Kingdom
Ash.
Hearts?
Do you like Kingdom
Yes.
Hearts? Well, the voice actor is actually gonna be at Anime Expo.
Then you'll love Daryl's next video game. Wink, wink.
No,
Oh, sorry,
it's
wrong
not.
eye.
It's not. It's not.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You can hang out with Ash from now on. He'll do shows with you.
Migdalia said, "Who's Ash?"
I have no idea who. There's like new cast members that
He's
come
not on our cast. Though.
He's not.
He was just guesting.
Well, he looked like he was just guessing.
Um,
he looked like he could not put up with the shit going on at the table.
Oh yeah. There was.
he was already over at minute one.
Granted, yesterday's show didn't go at all like I wanted.
Kat says New Jersey just had their first Garden State Mega Fest last week, and I saw a lot of stuff about it, and apparently it was a success.
Oh, you know what's really cool in Jersey? In Cherry Hill, they have Monster Palooza.
I thought, yeah, aren't you from
Fucking
Cherry Hill?
amazing.
I'm sorry, you're from Jersey though.
Yeah, I'm from
Jersey?
Pennsauken, but Cherry Hill's like 50 minutes away.
What?
You have to show the picture that we just got from Jessica.
Jessica?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't show it, but can we super? If anyone wants to super chat us, I actually didn't watch it, guys. My dude.
What did you find?
What's going on?
This is an inside joke. So, can you read that?
Yes, Leonard Nimoy.
Right, that's Jessica. So she lives in like Burbank, Hollywood area. When we were doing the news feed, this is a behind the scenes story.
That's not a real thing, Burbank, Hollywood area.
The-
It's like
the
30
she
minutes.
lives north from
each
here.
other.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I nodded my head, but yeah.
So
We're in two different counties.
we were doing the news feed, and granted, she's not a Star Trek fan, and it was a story about Leonard Nimoy, and in the story, she called him Leonard Nimoy, and She couldn't live it down, so hence that picture. If you want to see that picture,
Leonard
hit that super
Nimoy.
chat button, and I'm sure
But
Josh
again,
got
you
up.
don't even have to be a Star Trek fan. You
So,
know
know
these
who Leonard
people.
Nimoy? Yes, no, I
I
agree.
know who that is.
Oh man,
That's amazing for me to even know who that is.
I can't even.
Would you say, well, your
do
big
the thing?
fandom's Harry Potter? Yeah, I can do the
Can
thing.
you do the thing?
Live long and prosper.
I can't do it on this hand.
I can do it on both.
I can't do it.
Ambidextrous.
You can't. You can't do it really on that hand either.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can. Look, they're separated.
Yeah, like I can do it if I like move my hand this way, but
I'm gonna tape my fingers.
yeah, just get rubberized.
Who's your favorite Star Trek character?
Yeah, Uhura.
Really? Who's your favorite? You don't watch it.
I don't.
I'm gonna
Go Power Ranger.
I'm gonna go Bones. He's my favorite. I like him. He's sarcastic. He's
so,
like dry.
Yeah, I do like.
When I
Bones
was
for the
younger, I
movies.
did try giving Star Trek a chance, but every time I like tuned in, they were just talking
Which
about
one?
some. I don't know.
Which version?
I don't
Was
know.
it Patrick Stewart
It was
or
Star Trek.
William
They were on a
Shatner?
ship.
Or Chris Pine.
I have no idea. But
have to watch the
I like the
William Shatner
movies.
one.
The movies are great, but the series themselves.
I don't think I haven't seen all of them. I've seen the
Oh
first
my God.
3.
They're amazing.
Every
they're
time I tried, they were just talking.
Okay.
Balls.
Question for you, Migdalia. Star Trek. If you were to recommend Star Trek for our fans out there, where should they start? Do they have to start at William Shatner's run?
Yes.
Or should really?
Yes.
You don't go to Next Gen. I always hear Next Generation is.
I
I
the
haven't
best.
I've
even
heard that
watched
too.
Next Generation. I heard it wasn't that great.
I always hear it's the best. That's crazy. I hear it's the best.
William Shatner's is cool. It's cheeseball cool.
Like
If you
Doctor, like 60s
Batman-
Doctor Who, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
Batman,
if you
60s.
like Batman, Adam West, you'll love. It's just like a bunch of one-liners, like crazy ass, corny monster costumes.
Power Rangers?
The fight scene.
Power Rangers.
totally-
Power Rangers is still 1960s Star Trek.
Was anyone else disappointed by the look of the putties in the Power Rangers movie?
No,
They were more like Rocky.
I like them.
No.
I like them a lot. I would not
They
have
didn't
liked
do
that.
They didn't do that.
That's fine.
You're not a purist.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not.
I
I
didn't,
actually don't even like Mighty Morphin, so I mean,
I didn't have a huge problem with the putties, but I think. Actually, I didn't have a problem with the movie. I mean, this
They were
is.
playing out of VidCon.
I
the first
liked.
yeah.
I
Andre
thought
was
Power
hosting it.
Rangers was a great movie until they morphed.
And it wasn't the classic morphing. That was the
There
part
was no
that
morph call, so
disappointed
I
me.
knew that ahead of time.
I have a billion things.
From somebody that worked.
Like-
Somebody that worked on the movie to me told me that there's no morph call, and I was like, "Yeah, right. They're just gonna add it in post. I guarantee you, that's gonna be in post." Well, he won that bet. 'Cause there was no morph. There was no morph
That
call.
was the biggest disappointment of that film.
You know what the
I
worst
agree.
part about that is? They marketed the Morpher toy. That toy was nowhere in the fucking movie. I spent $30 on that because I'm like, this is gonna
Wait
sell
a minute,
so
though.
much.
Before we crap on that movie, with that being said, I still think Power Rangers is a good movie.
It was a fantastic
Yeah, I
movie.
liked it.
But I have like
I would
so
watch
many,
sequel.
as a fan, I'm giving that like a 7.5.
as a hardcore fan.
Yeah, as a fan.
All right, as a
7.5.
casual fan, what are you giving it? What would you give it?
I'd give it the same thing.
7.5.
As a like
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
as
I
a as
really
a
enjoyed
film, it's like an 8, 8.5. As a fan, 7.
it. Why do you think it underperformed?
I want to say critics, to be honest, because before the movie even came out, there was a billion critics like going at it saying, "Hey, Power Rangers flopped," and
See,
it hasn't even hit
all
theaters
the
yet.
critics that I talked to, especially after the screening, loved it. I mean, obviously,
Right.
I was sitting next. I was in the press screening. They loved it. We loved it. I thought it was a fun movie. It was way better than I thought it was going to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
So I remember driving down with JD, and I turned to him and I said, "Have you ever wanted a movie to be so good that you hype it up in your head and it doesn't live up to your expectation?
Yeah.
And then it's a shitty movie, but you still have to try to defend it anyway." Like we were saying earlier, to bring this conversation full circle, I'm a
You
big
have a movie like that. I can't remember. Which
I'm a big
one.
Superman fan,
Yeah.
and Superman Returns was that for me. So
But I think it was the cast.
not only was it, I think it was the cast, it was the directing choice.
There wasn't one face that could sell that movie.
Here's another thing with that movie that was a problem: is they made that movie as a period piece for like 1950, but tried to make it a modern day movie, and they didn't do a good job. They did a great job of paying homage to Dick Donner, but they didn't make an original story.
Yeah.
And that was a huge problem for me.
Wait, the Power Rangers movie?
No,
I'm talking about
Superman
Superman.
Oh, I was,
Superman Returns.
yeah, I was like, wait, what?
The Power Ranger movie, on the other hand, I was blown away because I thought that I was worried that it was going to be, for a lot of fans, you would know this for sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of fans out there might know Avatar: The Last Airbender. I feel like a lot of fans
not.
wanted a great movie, and unfortunately, they didn't get what they wanted. And I was worried about that.
Especially when M. Night Shyamalan whitewashes the hell out of that movie.
I got a free
M.
ticket
Night.
to that movie, and I saw that in 3D because it was a free ticket. I was like, if I'm gonna watch this movie, I have to watch
Upgrade it.
Ooh.
at its best.
I want to read some of these comments from you guys because you guys are getting deep into the Star Trek and Power Ranger stuff. Serenity, thank you for watching, Serenity, by the way, you're awesome. Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, in that order, not into the original series or the cast at all. I like those choices to get into Star Trek. Kat says, yep, pretty much, I love them so much. Monster X5, I've only seen the movies. I've read Star Trek on comics. Interesting. Triassic Granger, Flash finally in a DC movie. Serenity says, Tess from Voyager is my favorite character. Kat says, I'm with Joe. It was awesome. I'm giving it a 9.5. Serenity says, it's an 8 or 9 for me. Love the movie, no complaints. Monster X5 says, they better not make Tommy into a girl in the sequel. I actually hope they do make Tommy into a girl.
I really hope so too, actually.
Serenity says, it didn't underperform. People need to just live in reality. Power Rangers doesn't work as a film for the mass public. People, numbers don't lie. Look at all 3 of the Power Ranger films' box office. It is what it is.
I don't
I
agree with
disagree.
that. I disagree with that.
The original movie made bank for that time.
Okay, so
Yeah, it did. But it did also...
but it was also in the time that Power Rangers was at its peak. Like
You don't think it's peaked now?
I
look
yeah,
at your
yeah.
guys' videos, and it's crazy how many
But
Power Rangers
but
fans
now
there still are.
now it's like it's not peak. It's not like what it was. Like before Power Rangers, what's the story? Like when the movie came out, they backed up Universal. Like the highways and freeways were like backed and everything.
But maybe I answered my own question because maybe they should have made the movie with the current TV cast.
I disagree. I don't think so.
I don't
Really?
think so
Yeah.
either.
The reason I don't think so is because the TV element isn't necessary. You're not going to get Bryan Cranston or Elizabeth Banks. For people that are general movie watchers, you're not going to get them into a Power Ranger
No.
TV movie show.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Well, no, using the cast
Sure,
like they
sure,
did on
sure.
like
Yeah,
with
no,
Mighty
but
Morphin. That was still a theatrical
Are
version
Problem
you the
is-
current cast right now
of the TV series.
of the original or now?
Now,
I don't think it would have worked.
It would not.
No?
No.
It would not have worked. And listen, I like all those guys,
I
especially
do.
at the time. Brennan Mejia, Yoshi Sudarso, Claire Blackwell.
and we're
they're
talking
great.
about their own story, not doing the story that we just saw.
It wouldn't work.
Not
If-
like
no.
Orange.
Here's my problem with that is that if they couldn't execute, I don't even want to say this, but if they couldn't execute a season that was beloved by fans for the TV show, it was going to be very hard to do that for a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
And marketing wise, it would be very hard for Lionsgate to throw support behind actors that are all technically unknowns. With that being said, I love Dino Charge for what it was,
But they did
Yeah.
that anyway.
but they weren't
I don't know
unknown.
who the hell Becky G was. I went to see Power
But
Rangers
that's
for
the
the
interesting. But
nostalgia factor.
Becky G is one of the hottest musical acts in
Ever.
Europe, and
Yeah.
she's huge.
She's huge right
in
now.
Europe.
Yeah, but honestly, the person that's getting the most fame right now is R.J. Kyler.
Yeah.
He's in I'm Dying Up Here, which
Oh,
is
and
that new
Ludi.
Showtime show. Ludi also is going to be on Aquaman.
Aquaman, yeah.
Ludi's also in one of the highest-grossing Chinese movies of all time. Naomi Scott has a great resume behind her.
It probably would've
Dacre
made-
is going to be in Stranger Things too.
Yeah.
If they waited like a couple more years and used some of the cast from like Riverdale, they probably would have made
agree.
more money.
I don't disagree with that. I completely agree with that, actually. I think their problem wasn't, I think you are right to an extent. Power Rangers is not at the height that it was.
It's not.
X
It
amount of
is-
years ago.
It is now because for whatever reason, like Saban is bringing back the hype for Mighty Morphin, and that's because I mean, let's face it, that's the only season that sells.
Well, I think the reason why it's getting so much love now is because the audience and the decision makers in the industry are people that are our age.
Exactly.
They watched Mighty Morphin, and they get that nostalgia feeling. And I also think, if you really think about it, Power Rangers, I say this all the time, like not on our show, but all the time, the Power Rangers is the America's version of equivalent to Doctor Who. So,
It is.
because it's a
dumbed
cast
down.
that always changes. It has these tropes. It does these things. Power Rangers should be able to grow with his audience. This movie, I don't consider it unsuccessful. I think that the release,
neither.
I think that the release date happened to be right after Beauty and the Beast.
That's
And
what I'm about to ask. When was it released, and what did it go up against?
it was in the second week of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
But the third week, I think it would have done better if it were released against Boss Baby.
Also, this month has been empty. They could have waited till June.
You know, but
they
here-
could have waited till
Here's-
August.
Like this week in particular, I agree. Like Wonder Woman's been dominating the box office, and rightfully so.
Right.
But there's not been a movie to. I mean, I think it may have just gotten dethroned by Cars 3.
right.
But
August, September, they could have.
this week in general,
yeah.
there's did any movie blockbuster come out this week?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like this
didn't.
month, and with the exception of Wonder Woman, in August, it's relatively empty.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. There's a bunch of fans also that I know off the top of my head, but I'm not gonna name that like built this little like fan base. Like, hey, don't go see the Power Rangers movie when it comes out. We're boycotting it for some stupid reason. I don't even know.
They hate autistic kids.
It was a really dumb reason, and I know for sure that killed a lot of like the fans. And there are people there that don't like the movie. I get it, but for what it was, this is a fantastic movie.
You know, and Dean, I think it was Dean Israelite that just came out this week. Actually, funny enough, we're talking about this. He said a comment that said
I read
that
that.
Power Rangers was a turnoff because it was PG-13.
Do you agree with that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
No.
I
Power
think
I don't
Rangers is
either.
PG. Okay, that was like a stretch for them to go PG-13.
I personally think Dean Israelite, if you're listening, I hope you are listening to this at some point, because I will say this to you, to your face, if I ever get a chance to interview you, is stand by your product.
That.
Because this movie you made a great movie.
It was
Don't hide
fantastic.
from it.
I just wish it more.
Don't hide from the movie you made. I thought that Power Rangers did a great job at telling a good story that you can span off. Now,
Oh, they're mean to saying it in a negative way. Then.
yeah, like in
Instead
a
of
negative
PG?
way. They would have made more money if it was just PG. I
I don't think
disagree
so.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you have people like McDonald's, who I would fair to say that you may have been a fan growing up, but recently you're not. I wouldn't say you're a huge hardcore Power Ranger fan.
No, and I don't like the idea of like. I like nostalgia, but I don't like these ideas of reboots and all that
Yeah.
just to make a quick buck. So when I tell you I like the Power Rangers movie, that's like legit and that's rare.
It's a fun movie. Not
Yeah.
only that, it's a well-told story, and the actors are pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks really like she wasn't sleeping at all.
Yeah.
She was chewing the scenery. I loved her.
and you know what? Good call, by the way. That's an actress that did not phone in a role just
Yeah.
because just because she's getting a paycheck. She was there and she performed, and to me, that's what I wanted from that movie, and that's
Right.
what I wanted from her performance. Bryan Cranston was a great addition.
I wanted a grounded Power Rangers, and that's exactly what I got.
That's as grounded as you'll get. Yep.
Yes, and I hope they make a sequel. If they do make a sequel, I'm sure they're gonna have to do budgetary cuts. So I mean,
Which will be
I was
kind
saying
of
things like-
difficult.
it's gonna be super difficult.
I was gonna say
feel
things like it might go straight to like online, let Netflix or something, or like
a TV movie.
yeah. And I really don't want it to go that way because
Like
God, I really-
like the Divergent movie, the last one.
Really?
What the hell happened to that?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, the last movie did so poorly. Lionsgate was like, we're gonna do a TV movie to finish off the part 2.
No
What is it?
way.
Allegiant? Josh, can you check what that last movie is supposed to be called?
From the
Allegiant
Divergent
Part 2?
series?
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, I
Until
thought-
Shailene dropped out. She was like, I did not sign up for a TV movie. Miles Teller's not fucking doing a TV movie. He's gonna be gone. And so,
And Dylan Baker, right? He was also.
he's the Maze Runner guy.
Oh, Maze Runner. I'm sorry. That's what.
Ansel dropped out as well. So who knows what's going on with that?
What?
That was like 2 years ago and nothing has come up.
Wow.
So
I
if you're a
didn't
fan
know
of
that.
Divergent, I'm so sorry that your film series was just like blew up in flames.
Destroyed.
That is like
Yeah,
the first
that's
time
crazy.
that has ever happened for a major young adult film series.
It was going to be a series,
It was gonna be a series.
but now
It's dead in the water. It's Allegiant Part 2, right?
it was whatever the last movie was supposed to be is now Divergent, Insurgent, and the Legion, and then there was the fourth movie.
Bye, Ryan. One thing I do want to talk about was Saban real quick. Now, Daniel brought this up on a few of our on our Sentai show actually.
Yes.
That he thinks is Saban doing just a money grab. Is that the reason why we got
we're gonna find out next season.
on Power Rangers? Because the actual Japanese
movie?
equivalent, no, the Japanese equivalent of the show is fucking amazing.
Migdalia, we watched the Sentai version today for Henshin Hangout. That's gonna come out Friday?
That episode will be 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. it was flawless. Like there were no problems. It was perfect.
It's very good. I mean, it's as if you took Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Guardians of the Galaxy and mixed it together, and it's like, and made a really good show. It's. Do you like anime at all? Like,
Yeah.
You'll love it. Then you'll love this show.
It's one of those things that like there's so much source material in this that if you F this up, I don't know what you're doing. Like, it's just unforgivable.
Speaking of which, I want to know what franchises you guys think that have been just they've dropped the ball. Because we can talk about the Universal monster movies right now.
I think we just talked
How-
about
I don't
Lionsgate
think I
and
don't-
Divergent.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, if that's the case, Lionsgate just in general, I feel like that they're too afraid to want to support Power Rangers again. I honestly think, like, depending on how the DVD sales do and Blu-ray sales, and the toy sales are there, obviously.
Yeah. Which
So-
is weird because every time I walk into Toys R Us or Target, I don't see anyone buying those toys. But apparently someone is, so
It's those collectors
for
that you
you.
see on Facebook.
yeah.
You might be in this group right now.
In DJ's group, traders, buyers, and sellers. As far as like movies dropping the ball, see, I love the Transformers movies.
Oh boy, here we go. Yes, I was just trying to get this out of you.
I do. Here's the thing. This is the best Transformers movie since 1 because it's action, action, action. And there's a lot of like things I'll forgive because it's Transformers. And
heard that.
I've seen it in the cartoon. Like, it's not even a spoiler. Mark Wahlberg stops another Transformer with a sword in his hand.
Oh yeah, he does.
Like, it's
That already
ridi-
sounds fucking
but
corny.
but that happens in like the cartoon too. So I can
Tell your
forgive
mother
that.
I said
Wahlberg
hi.
is in the cartoon.
No, but like humans can like pick up like a Transformer Cybertronian
But why?
sword.
Why?
Because
Why?
cartoons. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
Reasons. But here's the thing. Like, I was talking about this with my friend Ash, like on the way to the studio on Thursday.
Ash.
Yesterday,
Who's
Ash?
Ash? LOL.
Who's Ash?
He's-
Yesterday's Ash?
Yeah, well, Thursday's Ash.
Thursday's Ash.
Thursday's Ash. What's today?
It's Saturday.
Today's Saturday. Oh, whatever. Anyway, we talked about like everything that was just wrong in this movie, and like I don't understand who's writing these scripts. I really don't. When you go into a Transformers movie, don't expect it to be amazing. You go.
Well, you're not.
You
However,
go for the ride.
you would think that, and then you get an actor like Anthony Hopkins, which makes you think, oh, this might be pretty good. Anthony Hopkins
No.
signed on, and then it's like,
I looked at that trailer. I was like,
Oh,
what
no,
the hell
no.
did Anthony?
Here's the
Anthony
thing. I
Hopkins
loved
do?
him in this movie. Did you see the?
no, I haven't seen it.
No,
That's why I
I
sent
didn't.
you instead. I literally got out.
He
and I was
was-
like, do you want to go instead? I don't want to go.
He
see
was
this movie.
fantastic in this movie. I loved him.
Hey,
Wow,
honest to
you
God,
were so hyped.
no bullshit.
You were so
I
hyped.
can't
I
wait
remember
till
that.
the next season of Westworld, though. Have you guys seen that show? Oh my God, you got a year to catch up.
Really quick though.
There better be a panel. For
Really
it.
quick though, Transformers movies by Michael Bay are technically over because Michael Bay is like, this is his last movie.
Yeah, okay.
Is that
Sure,
true?
Sure.
It's supposed to be true, but there are a couple, I think 3 more Transformers movies signed up, but he's not directing them. We're supposed to have a solo Bumblebee film. The end of this movie hinted at another movie.
Darren Aronofsky's actually directing the next Transformers movie.
Who
When
is
is,
that?
when is Bumblebee running out of gas?
Never? Never?
It's like a Josh joke. What are you doing?
Bumblebee.
What are you doing right now?
You got a lot of Bumblebee backstory actually in this movie.
There
which
is no
which
reason
nice.
to have
You know
spin-offs
why?
of the Transformers movie.
It's because they're doing a Bumblebee spinoff.
Because he's
They're a team. They're an alien race trying to survive together. Why are they splitting off to do their own solo adventure movie?
because
I want to be a NASCAR storyline.
No.
They're gonna come. I heard
See-
that they're combining the Cars franchise with Transformers.
Truthfully,
Cars versus Transformers.
Truthfully, here's the thing. There's a lot of storylines in this movie that I'm like, damn, I actually really like this. I wish this was used throughout all the movies, and I don't understand why.
I agree with you in saying, like, don't go to Transformers thinking you're going to get fucking Shakespeare and start giving it 5% Rotten
You
Tomatoes.
go for
You're-
ride.
You're going
That's
for
it.
a blockbuster. You're going for the ride. You're going for the action. Michael Bay, for whatever he is a great action director.
Agreed.
But-
The problem with that
Brett
is that
Ratner, same thing.
I'm a huge Transformers fan. And
Just not
so
X3.
when I hear that from other people, it's like, that's so disheartening. Because I love Transformers. I really want these movies to be good, but it's just...
But the entire marketing campaign for this last movie sucked. Every
agree.
single trailer sucked.
I didn't even
So
know
guess what? I
it
don't
was
feel like
like
you're
out
watching it.
until you told me, like, hey, do you want to go see Transformers? I didn't even know it was out. Not at all.
Serenity asks, I have a question for those who saw the film. If there was no cars in medieval times, what did the Transformers turn into?
Ooh,
in medieval
Flintstone
times.
cars.
So, did you see the movie yourself? Medieval times, they didn't.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to assume that
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the movie, because Daryl here is about to ruin
Oh, here
a
we
portion
go.
of it.
It's honestly the first 15 minutes of the movie, and this was a weird 15 minutes. I didn't like this part, but it does show their interaction with everything. So the original like medieval like Cybertronian knights that were there all had to transform together to create a dragon, which is the dragon you see in the trailers. That does happen in like Transformers history, so it's not completely like out of left field. It's not. It's just the way it happened was just weird.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining, like, you know how the passing of time where it fades out. You're still talking.
It's just there's just so much like Transformers history that
It's
like
like the Kevin
in
Feige
cartoons-
interview where it's like,
in the cartoons it makes sense. It really does, and I promise you it does. But like the way that whoever decided this in the film was like, this happens to happen.
I think it was Michael
this
Bay.
way and this way. This has to happen this way. It was just weird.
That was definitely Michael Bay.
Yeah.
He did a great Michael Bay impression. It has happened this way.
it's just
shorter.
weird. Like, I can just imagine. It definitely reminded me of when Amy Pascal is like talking, like, yeah, well, you never know what can turn up in these Marvel movies, and Kevin Feige's like, what?
So who was
Yes,
that?
they were combiners. Yes.
Who was that girl that looked like Megan Fox? Who wasn't his daughter in the last movie? Is
Okay. So
that his side piece?
I like her actually.
Here's where it doesn't work.
I like her.
What happened to Shia LaBeouf?
I heard
He's
there's a
actually
cameo.
technically he has a cameo in the movie, and it's stupid. I laughed, but it was stupid.
Oh, I'm
You
glad
don't
he's
have
in
to
it.
tell it.
I'm glad he's in it.
Answer my question though.
The girl.
So this girl, I actually really liked her character. It was a little like left field because they just kind of showed her. She's a teacher that just happens to know a lot about like medieval stuff, and she like it's like no dragons and magic and shit. That's bull hockey. And then she meets the Transformers.
And
So
she's like, whoa!
basically, she has the
is
kiss
this
with
Anthony
Mark
Hopkins'
Wahlberg.
daughter?
No,
Okay.
no, he doesn't have one.
What is he doing? What is he doing
He-
in the movie?
The government official, I'm
He's
sure.
a descendant of like
A
one of
Transformer?
the.
I hope
the
he says that.
knights.
If he says that, I will watch this movie. I will literally.
No, he's not a descendant. Of
If
it.
you would have said,
however,
descendant of
King
a Transformer?
Arthur? He's a descendant of King Arthur.
he's a descendant of like those knights from the King Arthur like thing.
Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Now we
He
need
is
a
so good in this movie.
We need a King Arthur and the Knights of Justice movie.
We should go watch Transformers tonight, right after
Like
this.
I'm serious when I mean like it's not terrible, but you can see where like they left the plot. I was like, are you kidding me?
Hey, you know what? The Transformers. I wonder the Transformers.
Daryl, you're so hyped right now.
It's-
You're doing it.
Yeah, Ryan left right now, and he was like, "Oh, Daryl, you look so sleepy." You get him talking about Transformers,
Yeah,
not so much.
exactly.
Because it was. Oh! I'm so
curious.
passionate about Transformers.
Transformers
Oh, I can
did
tell.
also come out in a weird release date. It came out on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
How strange is
every
that?
Transformers film more or less has come out July
The
something.
midweek.
It like the first one came out July 4th, I think.
But it's not July.
I know, that's what I mean. But it was just like I don't know why. I think they've just finally given up on the fact that like, hey, let's not give it a proper release day on a Tuesday.
Or let's
Yeah.
just not make a proper movie.
Yeah, that too.
There is going to be more Transformers movie as much as Transformers.
2 more have been greenlit.
No way.
Check IMDb Pro, dude.
Oh my gosh. And Power Rangers can't get a sequel?
That's
Yeah.
what I said about Pacific Rim, and Grown Ups 2 came
Wait,
out.
Pacific Rim did. You did not like it?
No, I love Pacific Rim, and
it-
I wanted a sequel, and
But
they
the
were like,
sequel's coming out.
The sequel
I
is
know,
coming-
but
okay.
back then they were like, oh, this is killed, and they were like, Grown Ups 2,
I
greenlit.
loved
I was
Pacific
like,
Rim
what the
to the point I saw it twice in theaters. Once I saw it regularly.
have it. I own it.
The second I own it too. Second I saw it in the first row because I wanted the scale of it. I love Pacific Rim because that was
Pacific
at the
Rim
time
is fantastic.
that was as close to a Power Ranger movie as I was gonna
As
get.
we're ever gonna get. Yeah, exactly.
So and honestly, the cast in that movie top notch. Like they are brilliant, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy that John Boyega's in the next movie. But is Charlie Hunnam not in it?
I completely forgot.
I wonder if they're gonna explain that at all. But I'm
I mean, they're different pilots. So it doesn't really need explanation.
But Idris Elba's back, right?
No, he fucking died as he does
Oh,
in
yeah,
every
that's right.
fucking
That's
movie.
true.
I'm
Ron Perlman.
like, come on,
What about
His name
Ron
was
Perlman? Is he
Sacrifice.
back? Because he did come through the little kaiju.
Ron Perlman.
Remember he came back through the kaiju and he cut himself like.
I'm
they
trying to think
swallowed
who
him?
that is.
The best way I can remember.
No, they all died down there.
No, he
there was
lived.
like 3 kaiju.
Well, he lived because it swallowed him, and he cut the stomach open and he walked through it at the end credit scene.
Why does Idris have to die in every film he's in?
He did die in Star
Practically.
Trek, didn't he?
He died in Star Trek.
He's gonna die in Thor.
No.
Oh, is that a spoiler?
Except I don't know why he looks the way he looks. Like, why is he
Well,
wearing
maybe
dreads and
Dark
bad
Tower. He's
contacts?
probably not gonna die.
Oh my gosh, that movie looks so bad, but I'm gonna go
Dark
see
Tower.
it.
You think it
anyway.
looks bad?
Yeah, the trailer was.
I
Which
think it
one
looks
is Dark
great.
Tower?
It's a Stephen King movie.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
I
kill with my eyes. I kill with my heart.
I'm really excited for Dark Tower.
Me too.
The fuck was that?
That's what he did. That's what
Really?
the trailer was at the end of
Yeah,
the trailer.
he
You
did
didn't
do
see
that
the
at the end of
trailer?
the
It was the way they. I kill with my heart.
No, because he was like, I don't kill with my eyes. I kill with my
Well,
heart.
and he's also in another movie too. Like it was Dark Tower and something else that's coming out. Michael Couture.
I'm not the Michael
Oh,
Couture
Daniel.
hater.
Daniel's not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Daniel hates Michael Couture.
He
the
went
guy
on
who
a
played the
20-minute rant. Like,
20-minute, and then the
it's
show ended, and
overtime.
he went on for another hour and a
Yeah.
half. Daniel's in the chat room, by the way.
Oh, Daniel! Michael Couture for an Oscar. Or an
Serenity
Emmy
says,
for
all I have to
really?
say about the box office, guys, LOL, it's a business. They're out to make money, not lose money. So, yeah, Transformers get several films, and Power Rangers just got box office. Just go to Box Office Mojo. Actually, factually, this is an incorrect statement. And here's the thing. Because I've actually had to study this. Box Office Mojo is correct. However, Power Rangers surpassed its budget already, and it made money. No, it didn't make money. It only made $4 million in China. It made nothing in China. Also, it's just
You know what
released
the
in
worst
Japan.
part about that is? They released it and it got killed by Guardians.
Well, they came out on the same day, which is a bonehead
that
move.
was dumb.
But with that being said, it actually ended up making it. Actually, the budget was $100 million. Currently, I think it was at 146,
Right.
150 million.
That's not enough. for
It's
them
not
to
enough.
make
However, it needs to recoup $50 more million. But it also is the highest selling toy property in the world. And the DVD sales are yet to report in, as well as it still hasn't released in Japan yet. So there's
Wait, it
three
still
things.
hasn't released in Japan?
I believe it's July 16th.
I had no idea. God.
So there's three things that Power Rangers still can bank on to make their worldwide market back. Now,
And Transformers has one of the lowest openings of the entire franchise.
yes, it does. It has the lowest opening of the entire franchise, actually. So to have it be greenlit doesn't make any sense. I can understand movies like Resident Evil being greenlit because they cost so little to make. And
Really?
they cost their budgets are roughly like $30 million. What's that?
I find it funny Bumblebee fight Nazis. He did.
Oh.
What?
They're-
Oh, God.
Wait, this happened in
I gotta see this
Like,
movie.
the thing you have to...
Daryl, you left a large portion out of this movie. That you what?
I know, now there's Nazis involved.
Here's the thing you have to understand about Transformers. They've been around on Earth forever. And so the thing is that, like, Sir Anthony Hopkins, his thing is like...
Hey, I'm
he
just
kept-
really curious. You know what other movies he's been in?
No. I don't.
What?
I know.
Anthony Hopkins.
Just name one.
I don't.
The biggest,
Transformers
the biggest
5.
one of his career.
He's
It's a horror movie. It was released in the early 90s.
Think Marvel comics. also.
He wears a mask.
He's in one of the Marvel movies.
Is he really?
Oh, I was talking about something.
I know what you were talking about.
I
But
have no idea.
Thor. He's Thor's dad.
Oh, shit, that's where he's from. I knew he looked familiar when I saw
I
him
think
on
we're
film.
gonna have to talk about.
Hey,
your
Daryl. Not all white
involvement in
people look the
show.
same, bro.
I mean, it could have fooled me. No, I'm playing. I'm totally kidding. But yeah, so they've been around forever, and he's one of the characters. Like, I've been keeping track of all the Cybertronians that have been on Earth, and so like, you know, Bumblebee. You know, he's not always been like a partner to, like, he helped us win like World War II.
Well, he didn't help us do anything. You mean he helped the fictional people in that world win World War II?
you
I got
know
it.
what I mean.
Got it.
But yeah, he goes like, he rolls up into the camp and there's like, where's your identification? He's like, we don't have any. And the guys jump out of this car and the car transforms and Bumblebee just goes like, just like destroying this base.
Wait, and with what kind of technology? Because that can change the whole timeline. I've always heard about this kind of stuff.
Oh, it was like something really accurate. It was like, I don't know, a Jeep.
A Jeep.
It was some Jeep. I don't fucking know.
Oh boy, this movie sounds amazing.
It
We got it.
Like I said, there's a lot of storylines in this movie that I'm like, God damn it, where was this like the other movies?
Are we doing a group Spider-Man thing?
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that. Like one of my other groups is already organizing it.
I am gonna see it. Movies I usually see, I don't organize groups for. I can do a group Spider-Man thing though. I'm down with that. You're not even excited about that movie.
I'll see it. Okay.
You are?
Yeah, I love Spider-Man.
I think all the poster art.
They
Really?
do so. They all poster art. I agree
all the
with
key
her.
art, the billboards.
It's terrible.
That is
That's when you
amateur
can.
They're not
hour.
spectacular.
That
but
is
I
how you
wouldn't
can
say
tell.
they suck.
That's
No,
how you can tell that Sony is in charge of
Amateur.
the marketing in that movie.
No.
It's
No,
not
their
Disney.
their key art for all the other Spider-Mans were fine. When it got to Marvel, and Marvel is notorious for having bad key art, except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think that from what I've heard, that all Marvel's has to do with this movie is actually making it. Everything else is controlled by Sony.
I don't believe that.
That's what I've heard. Yes,
I don't believe that.
I've heard that.
I don't believe that Marvel is all hands off except for the production.
That's what I've heard. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying that's what I've heard. I, however, have heard positive reviews about the movie, so I'm looking forward to it. We are going to be releasing some big Spider-Man news story in the next
big,
week.
huge.
It is really big. It'll be. By the way, I want a Transformers movie, but that's off. I'm sorry. I want a G.I. Joe movie.
Oh yeah.
That's off the
No, that already happened. It
Bro.
failed. Crash and burn. They did two.
Do you know that RJ Kyler wants to play Miles Morales?
Yes, I do.
Wait,
he
wait.
just announced that.
What is he? Black?
He's the Blue Ranger.
He's
from
the
Power
Blue
Rangers.
Ranger.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the Riverdale guy for a minute.
AJ Kappa.
Yeah.
Appa or whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. He'll be at the Saturn Awards, by the way. You can talk to him about playing Miles Morales.
So I heard you were playing Miles
He's like,
Morales.
what? What are you talking about?
And I couldn't be any more cringeworthy than Ernie's with.
Brandon Routh. Hey, so
So are you jealous about all the other Supermans?
He's like, no.
That was like 10 years ago.
That was
Over
hilarious,
it.
by the way. Oh my god.
Ernie, dude.
Ba-da-bum-bum. That was like I almost thought that the Curb Your Enthusiasm song should have played after that interview. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh man, that was great. I actually think we should wrap it up. We've been having a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Damn.
We are going to be back next week with another After Dark. I'm not necessarily even sure he's going to be on that show because I'm not going to be at AX, but these two are.
Yeah. Wait, where are you going to be?
Here.
I'm gonna be partying up at AX.
Here.
You're going to be here
What's
doing
up?
what?
I don't want to go to AX. Like I said, I am cursed at that convention. I have no.
But Joe, we'll have so
So you
much
have
fun.
to be the ringleader.
Oh no, your ringleader for that weekend is going to be Keith.
Wait, are we still doing Twin Peaks?
Yeah. Yeah-ish. It's 4th of July, so I'm not
it's
sure.
fucking 4 days.
Oh,
I
it's
don't-
Sunday, huh?
I don't
Yeah, it's
have
4
to
days.
go
You don't have to go all the
4
days. Yeah.
days.
I have to
Hey,
go
birthday.
every day.
You do have to go every day. But we will
It's
be.
Christmas for nerds.
We'll be back here next week. I'm not necessarily sure. We want to get a Q-Tama from Q Ranger to decide who's going to do these. Q-Let from Q Ranger to decide who's going to be on these After Dark shows. But these are a lot of fun. Just talking. I mean, we started off with Star Wars. We ended up with Transformers. So we thought that was
and a big passionate Transformer saying, "Look at him." He's
I
like, I'm
wish
gonna
he
see
was
it again.
wearing an Optimus Prime shirt right now.
I wish.
It would have been great.
You have to make one for the T-Turtle website or what is it?
Nah.
I'm sorry.
I like how we're plugging
Public.
everyone else except who we're supposed to. Our
Oh my
like
God,
our
look,
sponsor.
this thing. Is that a shirt?
Yeah, it is.
Long story short, before he started liking it, I really wanted to like Transformers, and I do, but god damn it!
What?
Go see it.
Anyway, if you want to get our shirts, they're are they on sale right now?
This is 22 hours right there. Oh, well, in
Yeah,
case
you're
it's
right. 22 hours. So I guess for the next 22 hours, our shirts are on sale for $14. There's a ton of Power Ranger shirts in there. Twin Peaks that me and McDolly are on. There's anime shirts. I don't know if there's Transformer shirts in there, but there are definitely Star Wars shirts. There's everything else in there. Go check that out. $14 is a steal right now because usually they retail for $20. Also, check out our website. We have new articles coming out every day about some of the hottest geek news around right now. And you can catch us next on Twin Peaks Live. That'll be tomorrow. That'll be me, McDolly, and Daniel. But individually, Daryl, let's start with you. Where can we find you?
You can find me on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Daryl J. Delphin. And then you can find me on Thursday, Anime Super Chat. It's going to be happening like 7, 8 o'clock. I don't know.
And you guys have an AX preparation special, right?
Yes, we do. We're going to be having a show prepping you guys for Anime Expo and cons in general, I guess. Just things that you're going to have because AX is
Well,
a
you
beast.
can't talk about the big con.
Because he's never been, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, yeah, there's that. And, oh yeah, we also have a anime super chat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's what I'm trying to say. THS Anime. If you guys want to follow that, it's all anime stuff all the time.
You, Ernie, and Jasmine are on that show.
Yes.
Also, Migdalia, where can people find you?
Facebook, Miggy Spicy. Instagram, Miggy Cosplay.
Miggy Spicy.
Twitter, on Miggy Spicy. I'll be on, Twin Peaks tomorrow night. I'll be at Anime Expo doing some live streaming, live tweeting. And then maybe here again next week, and then Twin Peaks again.
And you can find me on all social media at that hashtag Joe. Also, check out some of the stuff I do for Screen Rant. I do a lot of interviews over there. But that's going to do it for us. We have a lot coming up this week. The next time you can see a show from...
several weeks.
Next several weeks, yes. Next time you can see a show from us is going to be Twin Peaks that Migdalia and I are on, and that's on tomorrow night. Also, this Monday, stay tuned because we have just recently past Monday, if you guys know, obviously you guys watching know, we dropped a huge Teen Titans story about the new TV show. This week, we have a huge Star Wars Han Solo story. So check back on Monday for the news feed. We're sure that that'll get your attention. But that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining us here at that on the live chat. And thanks for watching. Like I said before, I've had wine. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.